Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our live session here on Tuesday, July 9th. Today, we are going to be working on all things final project related. Let's start with the doodle polls. I got a couple of emails from people about the doodle polls. Have you all taken the doodle poll about your final project presentations time? Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Victoria. Alice, did you see the poll? Did you take the poll?
Yes, I already done that. Thank you.
Okay, great. Nagin, how about you? Did you take the poll?
I know, I just joined, so I think I missed it.
It was the poll link that I sent out yesterday in the email and posted in
Oh,
the.
yesterday. I'm sorry. I thought you did the Zoom poll before I arrived.
No. The doodle poll. The doodle poll
Yes,
for
I
the
saw it, but
final.
I didn't take it. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry. I
no.
will take it.
Okay. I just a couple of people I know are having problems finding a slot that worked for their schedule. And I just wanted to see if everybody here, Crystal, I know you and I will talk about this later. But did everybody else find a good time slot? Everybody's okay with any of the time slots that were listed on that poll? All right. Let me see. Li Fang, welcome. We are talking about the doodle poll for the final presentations. Did
Yeah.
you complete that?
Doodles? You mean?
The poll about your final
Yeah.
presentation time?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right. And Crystal, I promise we will chat. Okay. Next up. Have you found somebody to work with for week 6? Alice, did you find somebody to work with for week 6?
I'm sorry, up to now I haven't found that. I don't know. I don't know who let you, work together with me.
Let me copy the. All right. I'm going to put the link to the survey. This is the survey about trying to help you find, this is for everybody, find somebody to work with. So I'm putting that in the chat. So Alice, you have not. Let me see, Alice. No. Crystal, have you found somebody to work with?
Yes, we have a 3 teachers group, so I already find someone to work with.
Great. Who are you working with?
I believe it's Zhou 老师, teacher Zhou, and another, I'm not exactly sure because they already grouped it, and I asked for wait a second. It's Wenying Zhou, and another teacher would be, I think, teacher. I'm not exactly sure. So, but yeah.
Okay, so you're set. All right, that's good.
Yes.
And Victoria, you and Nagin, Victoria and Nagin, you guys are working together, right?
We're trying.
Okay. All right. Li Feng, have you found somebody to work with?
Yeah, we 3, Shu Hong and Vivian, we make the groups.
with Shuhong and Vivian.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see who is dialed in on the phone. 12404372559. Who is?
Hi, this is Shu Hong. Can you hear me?
Oh, wonderful.
Can you hear me properly?
Hi.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still driving. So yeah, I will log into Zoom. Once I arrive, but
Okay.
I'm driving. So, yeah. So, as for the group, I originally formed group with Samuel and Yi Han. Yeah. So, but later on, Vivian and Feng wants to join us. So we'll see. We'll work out. I'm not sure at this moment if the time will work for everybody, but yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Okay. Alrighty.
Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm just taking notes to make sure I don't. All right. Now, next thing, let's talk about the kind of work that you will be doing together. All right. And I am going to share my screen. La, 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 la. Mm. All right. Do you see my screen okay? Everybody can see my screen? Yes, no? Wonderful, thank you. All righty. When you are working together in your teams, you of course can provide whatever support to each other that you want. So if you want to help each other brainstorm, to make revisions to your projects, to your and even help each other with your final presentations, anything is fair game. But what you are definitely required to do is two things. One, you are going to be providing each other feedback specifically on alignment, engagement, technology use, DEIA concerns. So these four items you're going to be evaluating yourself on, and you're going to be providing feedback to whomever you're working with on this. So if I, for example, show you this alignment, and you have access to these, so you can look at these in more detail, of course, but there's the directions, and here is the guidance for things that you should be providing each other feedback on, things you should be thinking about your own project on, and also providing feedback. So alignment, summary, and quick check reading. And you'll be able to see here, and these are all in week 6 as well. Checking for, are the learning objectives specific and measurable? Are they aligned with curriculum standards and so on? How are the instructional activities? Do they support achievement of the objectives, etc.? Do your assessments support the objectives in a meaningful way? All right, so there are each of the criteria, each of the things that you want to assess yourself, evaluate yourself. Wow, my brain today. Each of the things that you want to self-assess are also the things that you want to provide feedback to your team members on, so that you can help each other achieve all of these things. So it's pretty straightforward, I think. But do you have any questions at this point about this and how you can help each other? No?
So
All right.
that's something we should do during week 6 with our group member, right?
And you can start it now. And as a matter of fact, we're carving out time during this session because I'm just taking a few minutes to give you a few tips here, and then we'll spend the remainder of the time in breakout rooms to work with each other on this, so that you can use this time instead of trying to carve out more time. But week 6 is definitely been created with the idea that most of what you'll be doing in week 6 is working with your team members. So there aren't any live sessions during week 6, okay, except for whatever live sessions that you all get together individually. I mean, in your teams, if you choose to do that, that's fine. But other than that, there are no scheduled live sessions like this one. And everything you'll be doing is working on checking the alignment, checking engagement, checking your technology, and so on. Any questions about that? All right. Let us also talk about the final presentation. In the project overview, and let me just give you the direct link again in case that was in the final project overview. You have everything written down. So this talks about the scope and sequence of the final project. We're nearing the end of that, but you can see here you're working on your draft facilitation plans. And that is this from the template, right? How are you going to how are you going to promote engagement? How are you going to increase presence? How are you going to provide feedback? How are you going to help build community? What are the steps that you are taking to do all of these things in your lesson unit? So you're going to be working on that this week and starting to work with your team members Next week, you're going to be finalizing, you're going to be continuing to work with your team members, providing each other feedback along those criteria and also along these grading criteria, right? So you'll be working on this, giving each other feedback. You can do that in Zoom sessions, or you can do that just by sharing your link with to your document, sharing that with your team member or members and saying, hey, provide me feedback. Here's the link to my document. And them giving you their link to their document so that you can highlight things, add notes, and so on. Right? In week 7, 2 things are going to happen. One is you're going to be presenting to OLC. So we have several people, I'll be there, of course, but several people who you met in week 1 will all be there to listen to your presentations on your lesson units that you created. So you're going to create these lesson units and you are going to prepare a presentation slides to tell us about them, and then and we'll give you feedback. That presentation there's a template right here for you to copy, final project presentation template. So when you click on that, then you can make a copy and it will go into your Google Drive, the same place where your document was for your template. And you can modify this however you need for your presentation. So the outline of it is basically tell us about your lesson design, tell us about your key takeaways, and your reflections. So your lesson design, you'll talk a little bit about alignment, engagement, technology, and DEIA, the same things that you were self-evaluating during week 6, and the same things that we were asking you to provide, some of which we were asking you to provide feedback on to your partners. So this won't be new. This will just be you organizing your thoughts from everything you did in week 6 into a presentation. You can continue that. Any highlights, anything you would like to stand out to tell us about here in your more lesson design, you can add whatever slides you need. And your key takeaways, just tell us your biggest takeaways, your aha moments or your light bulb that went off, or whatever strikes you as something valuable from this course. And then your looking back section is just telling us about your personal growth in this class. All right, just where have you grown and developed as a language educator through your interactions with others in this workshop, this course, through your readings, through your extra research, through your practice with tools, whatever the case is. Okay, so as you can see here, there are not a lot of right or wrong answers. You're just kind of telling us about you and your lesson unit. And that is kind of your presentation in a nutshell. You can see here how it is being assessed. You're going to be assessed on your lesson design. 40% of the grade is on your lesson design, 30% on your key takeaways, and 30% on your looking back reflections. So this is a pretty balanced rubric. It's not overly weighted on just your lesson design. It's also your reflections and your personal path through this course. There are directions here, about 7 to 10 minutes, give or take. Okay. Yeah. Any questions on this? Any questions? The other thing that you will be doing, and as with everything else in this course, everything's been posted so that you could do it on your schedule. So if you want to start working on this now, that's fine. You don't have to wait until week 7 to do this. But the other thing that you're going to be doing, and you will provide us a link once you do this. So in your presentation, you have to provide us with a link to where you uploaded your lesson plan into the StarTalk Create database. All right. So you will have, because you've been working on your final project every week, you have all of the information on this worksheet that you've been filling out. You'll have all of the information you need to actually create your own lesson. All right. Sometimes the site is slow. I'll have to wait a second. So once again, this week, your facilitation plans, how you're building community, how you're increasing presence and interaction, the types of feedback that you're providing, and so on. And then next week, or this week and next week, working with your team member or team members to give feedback on your final projects, to revise them, add, change around, whatever you need to do, with an eye towards, of course, the StarTalk principles and blah, 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 but also alignment, technology use, DEIA, and so on. Creating your presentation for week 7. And in order to complete your final presentation, you will have to add the link to the StarTalk to your StarTalk lesson that you uploaded into the StarTalk Create site. Questions? No questions? All right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bust you out into breakout rooms. Crystal and Alice, can I put you together for, oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Yes. Crystal, since your team members aren't here, and Alice, since you don't currently have a team member, can I put you together in a room today for you to at least help each other out a little bit, make sure you have an understanding of what's going on, etc.?
Sure.
Wonderful, thank you.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to put you guys in breakout rooms, and I'm going to be coming around, and you can start making a plan for how you're going to work together and so on. Who did I lose? Ah, there we go. All right, let me create some breakout rooms. 1, 2, 3. All right, I am opening the rooms and you guys will get sent there. Is everybody cool on clear on what we're doing? I'm going to put you in the breakout rooms, and you can begin by talking about how you're going to work together and or working with each other to clarify any questions you might have. And I'm going to be coming around each room to answer any questions, to provide support, etc. All right. Yay. Here we go. La la la. Alice, do you know how to join the breakout room? Sorry.